Hello there, very good morning to you. Thanks for joining us here on Ideal World. Planet Cruises, who we're working with this morning, to bring you what may well be the holiday of a lifetime. We're talking about cruising, and for more and more people, it is becoming the holiday of choice. Now, I'm glad to tell you, I'm not mine today. We've got our expert with us. Let's introduce Keith right away. Great to see you. I believe you've been out and about this week. I have,
yeah. Well, it's been lots going on in the world of cruising, as always. And over the weekend, Cunard, one of the oldest names in the industry, celebrated 175 years of taking people around the world in five-star luxury. So we were there covering
175 years?
175 years, at all three queens. But yeah, we were there in Liverpool, filming the whole event.
In fact, we've got some of the clips, so let's take a moment to see what happened.
Liverpool was Cunard's home for more than 100 years. So what better place to celebrate 175 years of this iconic company than here in the city from which the first ever Cunard ship, the Britannia, set sail on a maiden voyage back in July of 1840. We're amongst the thousands of people and Iron Men gathered here on Crosby Beach to witness the royal rendezvous as the three queens meet at the mouth of the Mersey and then sail in formation down the river. Now later on today the Red Arrows will fly over the Cunard fleet, and tonight there'll be a fireworks display and a stunning laser show projected onto the side of the famous Three Graces. Originally, of course, Cunard were contracted just to carry the mail across the Atlantic, but today they carry thousands in luxury across the world. They have one of the oldest histories, but the youngest fleets. Today, we celebrate 175 years of Cunard and the world's last true ocean liner, Queen Mary II, with a little help from her friends.
Should we boast a little bit? But before we move on, we should just share that both Keith and I were lucky enough to be cruise directors on board Queen Mary.
We were. An amazing company. It was so beautiful to see all three ships celebrating such an iconic occasion. 175 years, it's mind-blowing.
Hang on, bear with me, I'm being told right now, I'm being told that we've got a hot deal right off the press. In fact, so hot that we don't even know about it.
Right.
So Ruth from Celebrity Cruises is on the phone. I don't know, Ruth, can you hear us?
I can. Good morning, guys. How are you?
Hi, good morning. I understand you got a red hot deal for us.
I am so excited. Yes, this morning we've launched some brand new pricing on the award-winning Celebrity Eclipse sailing from Southampton.
Great.
It's on our 3 14-night Scandinavia and Russian sailings and our 14-night Mediterranean sailings, where we have released balcony staterooms at an incredible, wait for this, 999.
On 14 nights?
Unbelievable. And there's more, because exclusively Planet Cruise, on top of that amazing price, are going to give you free car parking in Southampton for the 2 weeks as well.
That's for 2 weeks, Ruth? You're saying 2 weeks?
Each of those is 2 weeks long. Let me just give you the dates. Scandinavia and Russia, you've got a choice of 3 dates, 11 July, 25th of July and 8th of August. And then the 14-night Mediterranean is on the 30th of August. But they are selling like it's going out of fashion, so you've got to be quick on these.
Yeah, I'm being told right now in my ear that it may not last to the end of the day. That's what I'm being told.
It absolutely won't, particularly that Mediterranean. That's the one that people are going nuts for. That's the one that you may not even get that by 3 o'clock this afternoon. You've got to be quick. But Scandinavia and Russia, don't miss it.
Hey, reserve me a cabin. Reserve me a cabin, please, and I'll be in touch later.
I really appreciate you calling in. Thanks, Ruth.
My pleasure.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
If those of you can, I want it. Come on, take the opportunity right now. You can call the team at the bottom of the screen. They're available for you throughout the day. 0800 781 5458, or of course you can go to the website too. But for that red hot deal, if your ears pricked up and just heard 999 for 14 days, whether you're going for the Med or Russia, call the number as soon as you can. Don't miss out on
5-star as well. It's incredible.
It's my sister's favourite line. My sister, she was on cruise ships too. She was a dancer on ships for many years, and it's her favourite cruise line. But come on, let's move on. We've got 6 cruises to talk to you about. Some great deals lined up. And in fact, this first line, it's Princess Cruises. It's the line that I actually proposed to my wife on. And I'm sure if you're a regular to the Planet Cruise shows, you'll have heard me say that before.
It's the love boat.
Absolutely true. And it was the genuine love boat. Now, Planet Cruise are one of the preferred agents for Princess Cruises. In fact, before we get going, let's take a moment to see a video clip to learn more about the cruise line.
So, as you say, rightly, this is the Love Boat. This is the company that gave us that wonderful, iconic series, and it's the series where you can do so much with Princess. They're a big name in the industry because they offer you greatly high standards within entertainment, within dining, lots of different dining options. The whole ships, they run around this beautiful thing called the Piazza, and off that you get trendy wine bars where you can sit and get tapas. You can go and speak to the chefs as they bring out this delicious food for you. You can even dine at a thing that they introduced called the Chef's Table, where just 10 of you sit around a table and you have the menu cooked for you, and they go through it bit by bit. This is the Movies Under the Stars, where you sit out there with popcorn that they supply, watch films, maybe concerts out on deck under the stars. Loads of deck space for you to relax, maybe in a hot tub, soak up the sun. Just look at that. The views as you sail in and out of these ports with cruise ships are stunning. And of course, every night, great selection of different entertainment, from comedians through to the disco, through to great West End and Broadway style shows. You can literally dance the night away. And then, of course, the dining. You know, you can eat 7 times, you can get room service. You know, you can try a selection of different dining from around the world, or enjoy it all from your own private balcony if you decide to book one of those, because there's a great different selection of different stateroom options, from insides through to opulent suites. The choice really is yours with Princess. The wonderful thing I think about them is the fact that in the Piazza that I mentioned about earlier, you have spontaneous entertainment suddenly erupting. So you might have a juggler or you know, a sword swallower suddenly entertaining you while you're sitting there getting your coffee.
I think a lot of people are probably looking at this going, I'm not going to be able to afford that. Look at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. $5.99. That equates from as little as £86 per person per night. That is not only a gorgeous hotel, floating hotel, but it includes your entertainment, so you're not going to have to pay to go see shows. It includes your food.
It does. As you saw in the footage at the end there, cruising is so accessible. So if you do have some kind of movement issue, you know, you do find it difficult getting around on a normal land-based holiday. That's why cruising's so good, because everything's so close, and there's lifts everywhere, and there's people to help you and get you around, that it is a truly accessible holiday for all.
Yeah, very, very affordable too. Come on, let's take an opportunity to see the itinerary. First of all, it goes out of Southampton, which is brilliant, and returns to Southampton, so as much luggage as you like.
No worries on luggage, you're right. No flight that kind of sometimes is a stressful way to start and finish your holiday. Relaxing day at sea before you go over to Norway. Norwegian fjords, again, one of the most stunning areas. I was there 2 weeks ago. An incredible place to cruise. Stavanger's your first port of call. It's a sophisticated little city. You can go and see the oldest cathedral in the whole of Norway. That's it there, but Dormskirk, by this beautiful little lake. Great inside and out. You can even enjoy walking along the beaches here, or heading out, cruising down Fjord to see this, the Pulpit Rock. It's iconic. You can even stand on the edge, and then further down what they call Troll's Tongue. 2 of these iconic destinations as you cruise down Fjord. But it's a great place to walk around the old wooden houses, or maybe head out and see the famous 3 Viking swords thrust into the stone, very much kind of Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones style. Next you're going through to Ulden. It sits on the edge of the colossal Justel Glacier. It's an incredible place to explore Europe's largest ice floe, 188 square miles, with the ice nearly 2,000 foot thick. You can also just enjoy the beautiful Ulden Lake with this thing called Glacier Milk that hovers over the top. But again, these images that you're seeing don't even do justice to what you're going to see. You will feel so small, surrounded by such great, beautiful nature. Then we're going through to Geiranger. This is the most spectacular port in the whole of Norway. It's one of only 2 protected UNESCO fjords, sailing past the Seven Sisters, these waterfalls plummeting down. You've got the snow-capped mountains, and the fjord comes to an end, and as it comes to an end, you've got the pretty village of Geiranger, and from there you can climb up, as I did 2 weeks ago, to these beautiful farmsteads and have hot waffles and jam and sour cream. You can hike behind waterfalls. You can sit on the edge of cliffs, looking down at your ship from that view there.
It's sometimes, I think people think, oh, is it going to be cold? Bear in mind, this is in the height of summer, so you can actually get a suntan.
Oh, I'm sure you and I have both been tanned. I've hiked behind that waterfall just there. In fact, this footage we'll be releasing in a couple of weeks from our trip there. And then finally, Bergen. And this is the biggest of the actual towns and cities that you'll be visiting, and it's a great opportunity to basically take the old funicular up to the top of Mount Florian for great views across the whole of the city, and then hike back down, get some fresh air, stretch those legs, work off all that wonderful food you'll be eating, enjoy the fish market, which has got a massive selection of fish and is great to get maybe a bit of afternoon lunch, and then go and explore what they call the Briggens Wolf, with the old wooden, narrow-peaked, different coloured houses. That's the funicular you can see stretching up. It's an incredible itinerary, relaxing day at sea to enjoy the ship again before you're back to Southampton. There is so much to see and do. If you can, get yourself a balcony. You need to see as much of those fjords as possible, and there's always something to see.
In fact, if you go on the 29th of August, balcony above, you can get up to $200 onboard spend. So not only have you got great savings, and this price was taken down to £7.49, it's now gone down to £5.99. So we're talking about £420 saving per person per night. It's a brilliant opportunity. So you can see they're free up to $200 onboard spend there. Newly price reduced. So it's a brilliant opportunity, and dates available in August. Don't miss out on it.
Do you know what's so nice as well? I took my dad with me. My dad can't get around very well because he's got mobility issues, and he loved it just because he could see so much of the fjords from the ship itself. Yeah. He didn't have to go too far. He didn't even have to get off. I should
just let you know that this has previously been a bestseller. You often see sellouts, so please, if you do want this one, come on. Great cruise line, great price. You could miss out. Let's just show you the prices so you can see how that works. It's so affordable, and bear in mind this. July and August, we're talking summer, and of course there's a very affordable upgrade. Don't miss out on this opportunity. If you want to write down the ID number for this particular one, and you can use the ID number if you're going to call the team or if you go into the website. It's 78458 78458. So just write that down, and that'll give you an opportunity to check in with the team. Now, let's move on to our next cruise, because we've got a lot to squeeze in this short hour. We're going to go to Thompson Cruises right now.
Yeah, corking deal this, and I was the cruise director for them for 6 years. And you're going to see some footage now, just giving you an idea about the ship that you get to cruise on, which is Thompson Celebration.
Let's take you on board so you can actually look around.
I mean, 6 years I spent with them, Paul, and I've got to say, they win so many awards for the right reasons, because the ships are so welcoming, they're so friendly. It's a British cruise experience where entertainment is paramount, with great West End style shows every night in the theatre. You'll see the cruise director around a lot, entertaining. Many of my good friends actually are working currently as the cruise directors on board the Thompson fleet. Good amounts of deck space for you to lie out and soak up the sun. And you're going to be in the Caribbean, so there'll be plenty of sun. In fact, you're exploring so many amazing islands. There's a great selection of different restaurants on board, and you can eat al fresco if you want to, or you can go through to the restaurants and sit down at fixed dining times and then watch your show around that. The great thing about Thompson, of course, is that all your gratuities and tips are already included. Very often that gets added on to your bill when you're on board. Not with Thompson.
Don't they have a great all-inclusive bundle as well?
They do,
available?
yeah. Only £10 per person per night. And I'll say that again, £10 per person per night to go all-inclusive. That is stunning, because many other lines, you're looking at least £30 or £40 per day.
So they can drink all you like.
And then you could then it makes the whole thing truly all-inclusive, because you can get all your alcohol on top of that.
Yeah.
That's the main theatre there, where you get these great, shows every night for you to enjoy. They have great game shows as well, live music around the ship, a selection of different bars. Good friend of mine, Mark, singing away there. And again, plenty of deck space for you to enjoy not only the Caribbean days, but in the evening, my favourite time, when the moonlight reflects off the water with a million different reflections, and you sail and you see flying fish leaping out of the water. It's so gorgeous.
One of the nice things about this trip too is it's 14 nights rather than 7 nights on a ship and 7 nights in a hotel, or 7 nights on one itinerary. Lots of the passengers change, and you could do a second week. This is a 14-night cruise.
It's a 14-night cruise, the atmosphere building all the time, and as always with Thompson, because they've got their own fleet of planes, you can pretty much choose to go from anywhere in the country.
So we fly to Barbados?
Fly to Barbados, yeah. OK, so you're flying over, you land on this beautiful island, which, we know as Little England. And then you're going to come back there, so don't worry about that. We've got a relaxing day at sea before we go through to Tobago. Quite a rare port, and it's just been added into a Thompson's itinerary. Scarborough, not to be confused with the one in the UK. It says one's a lot hotter. And it's Tobago's capital, and it's sprawled over. You've got the wonderful Fort King George's 17th century hideout overlooking it all. And you've got Pigeon Point, which is the best beach in the area, of white sands and nodding palms and turquoise waters. Probably the most beautiful beach on the island. Head to there, Pigeon Point, remember it. Then we're going to St George's, Grenada. This is the Spice Island. Everywhere you go, you'll get this smell of ginger and almond and nutmeg and vanilla following you around. Bounty-like beaches, as in Bounty the adverts, if you remember them. Mountain ranges, thick rainforests. It's one of the Caribbean's prettiest harbours, and it's great underwater. In fact, if any divers out there, dive the Bianca Sea wreck in Grenada. You'll thank me for that. It's an amazing wreck. OK, and the Grand Dance Beach, on your front doorstep, here it is, one of the longest beaches in the Caribbean. It's stunning.
I used to be there every Wednesday for 2 years.
Me too. Ours was a Thursday, and it was just the tan that you build up.
Good old days.
Okay, then we're going through to St Vincent, another new island added into their itinerary here. Bakila is the first one, or Bekwai as it's pronounced. It doesn't read like it looks. This is still fairly untouched by tourists. It's unspoilt, sleepy villages with these syrupy golden beaches backed by cedar and palm forests. It's stunning, and you can go and see the rare hawksbill turtle here and go to a turtle sanctuary. Then we're going through to Dominica, an island of waterfalls. It's largely unspoilt. Much of Pirates of the Caribbean was shot here, and the last surviving basically settlement of Carib Indians, from which the Caribbean gets its name. Yeah. Okay, then we're going through to St Lucia, Castries. Here you've got the two pitongs sitting proudly, almost very Madonna-esque, and they're incredible. They rise 2,000 foot up. You can cruise round them, you can take a taxi up to them, and you can go to the world's only drive-through volcano. I'll say that again, a drive-through volcano called Sulphur Springs. It's incredible. If you want a party beach, head to Rodney Bay. Great waves, great cocktails, and great music. Okay, then we're going through to Barbados, Little England as it's known. This is a hypnotic calypso isle, famous for its cricket. You can have high tea in Trafalgar Square. You can go to the Mount Gay rum experience and try some of that wonderful syrupy sugarcane spirit. And again, go in search of hawksbill and green turtles, or take it all easy on Carlisle Beach. Relaxing day at sea before we go over to the British Virgin Islands, Tortola. You've got beautiful little opal white beaches like Smuggler's Bay and Apple Bay, which just evoke such imagery, don't they? You've got the Sage Mountain National Park to explore, which I recommend, and you can go swimming with dolphins. I swam with dolphins here, really, really good fun. But the Virgin Gorda's the big call, loads of little rock pools and caves, and all these islands, in fact, used to be a haven for pirates, particularly people like Blackbeard and Bluebeard. Yeah. And Pinkbeard as well. More people know about him. I'm joking.
All the years I was in the Caribbean, I'd never heard of him.
Yeah, he was a more modern pirate. Okay, then we go to Philipsburg, St Martin. Two flags rolling over here. It's part Dutch, it's part French. The French is full of little bistros, you know, really great to explore. You can drive around, hire a bike or maybe a car and drive around. Go duty-free shopping on the Dutch side. You see all the crew coming back with their bargains. And if you want a real experience, head to Airport Beach, where the planes come in so low, you can almost get sucked out the water.
There's some great clips on YouTube. You can see just how low those
Google
planes
Airport
are.
Beach. It's really good fun. Okay, I'm sure you and I both used to take our teams down there, Paul. Now, St Kitts is next. Jagged volcanoes soaring above what is sugarcane country. And in fact, you can go and see the impressive Brimstone Hill Fortress, known as the Gibraltar of the West Indies. Go to Romney Manor, which is ruled at the heart of sugarcane. It's the oldest sugar plantation on St Kitts. Or take the St Kitts Scenic Railway and explore it all. Then we go through to Antigua. This is St John's. It's the largest of what we call the British Leeward Isles. It's got one of the most spectacular Caribbean coastlines, over 365 beaches, one for every day of the year. My favourite is Darkwood Beach, which is right at the top end of the island. Very good buses, only $1 to take you all the way around. Get that bus, explore some of the great beaches there, or maybe go to Stingray City and hold a stingray and feed them.
Hawksbill is another little tip there. That's one. I used to keep it quiet as a cruise director, so you didn't see all the passengers. So I can let that one out now.
So now go and surprise your cruise director. Go to Hawksbill. Then St Vincent. Okay. Kingstown, this is again another rare island to visit, very much untouched, deserted beaches, and a great chance for you to follow in the footsteps of Johnny Depp and Keira Knightley, because there's Wallaby Bay here, where again a lot of Pirates of the Caribbean was filmed, and again another chance to go out dolphin spotting on a boat. Beautiful itinerary.
You've got dates available on this in January and February, so if perhaps you're celebrating a big anniversary this year, you know, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, don't forget you could be travelling on Valentine's Day. What a great way to start a romantic occasion, or maybe even thinking of proposing, who knows. So dates in January and February, return flights from London Gatwick. If you do want regional flights, by the way, just call the team, you know, talk to the team, they can organise this for you. Don't think of this as a package holiday, this is just the main part of the holiday, and you can add to it as you wish. Just think of it as bespoke. 0800 781 5458 and talk to the team. And the other nice thing is not only are all the tips and service charges included, as Keith told us, from £10 per person per night you can actually go all-inclusive, which is absolutely brilliant. And of course you know that you're going to hear English on board, you know that the entertainment is going to be in your language, you're going to feel like you're at home whilst you're travelling.
This is an exclusive deal now on Planet Cruise. You're not going to see this anywhere else, and that's a new lower price, $1399 for 2 weeks in the Caribbean pool. Just think about your flights alone.
It is a brilliant deal. ID number, if you would like to get that one, ID number on this is 88374. 88374. It's just handy to write that down if you're going to call the team and then know exactly which cruise you're talking about, or if you're going to go to the website and look. planetcruise.co.uk will make it easy for you. Now, let's move on to our third cruise. I did tell you that we're going to be ploughing through this because we've got so much to share with you. We now go to Royal Caribbean Cruises, RCI, Royal Caribbean, or Royal Caribbean International as they're now known. This one is on a gorgeous ship called Explorer of the Seas.
Yeah, and Royal Caribbean now, so we're back to an American cruise company, one of the really big players. As you can see, here at Planet Cruise, we are the UK's #1 travel agent for Royal Caribbean. That is the award they gave us. And there's so much to do with Royal Caribbean. You know, they really are fun ships. The ship becomes a destination in itself. If you're there with the families, you can see so much to do, from doing the crazy golf, going ice skating. They've got a full ice rink on board a cruise ship. Mind-blowing, but it's true. Again, you've got kids clubs that look after the children if you're there with the kids. So they can do their own thing, you can do your own thing and meet up in the evening. The fun things you can do together are go to places like Johnny Rockets, their 1950s, 1960s style diner where they dance on the table and you can have an Oreo sundae and a great beef burger. And then also you've got a chance, just because cruising is for couples as well. You know, you can go out, do a little bit of shopping down the Royal Promenade, maybe head to a disco, maybe enjoy those street parties where the cruise director gets all the team and they have big brass bands heading down that promenade. And then in the evening, go and see these incredible shows where, you know, it really is a multi-sensory experience. There's even a show in the ice rink itself called Ice Planet, where there's real snow falling from the ceiling. Well, I say real snow. I mean, obviously, you know, it's being generated on board, but it gives you that feeling. Again, Royal Caribbean, really good fun, innovative ships.
Yeah.
They really are at the forefront of the industry.
Yeah, you saw there the way you can climb up the funnel, and they have, some of the ships have a wave pool. It's an amazing experience. If you're 55 or older, bear in mind this cruise often offers a discount for 55 and older. So if that is yourself, really consider it. Call the team and ask them what deals they can get for you for that. This works out less than £95 per person per night. Now, the great thing is you sail from Southampton, so it's really easy to get there.
It is. You're relaxing day at sea to enjoy all that stuff on board, the great dining at different restaurants before you hit Vigo, which literally clings to the slopes of the snow-capped Monte del Castro. This is green Spain. This is real Spain. It's where the Spanish themselves go to holiday. You've got the Old Fisherman's Quarter, which you can go and explore. Great for sitting and dining and getting some fresh seafood. And this whole area was first settled by the Celts in 600 BC. You can still hear the bagpipes played here occasionally, in the Celtic legacy that lives on. I would say, if you get a chance, go and enjoy a lunch at the fish market or head out for some wine tasting in the heart of what they call the Albarino wine country. Then we're going through to Lisbon. You're going to sail down the Tagus River. This is the Portuguese capital, and it's stunning. The Belém Tower, you'll sail past, as a 16th century marine fortification. You'll sail under that bridge. And from Lisbon, you can head out to loads of amazing places. You can head out into the countryside to see architecture. And of course you can explore the city, which is very, very hilly. Therefore, I advise and recommend use the yellow trams. You're seeing a picture of them there. There are two particular tram rides I recommend. Tram 28, which is from St George's Castle, and it goes down the Barrier Alto and up the Baxia, or take the tram that takes you out along the waterfront to see the Belém Tower, and then to see the wonderful, wonderful place where Vasco da Gama is buried. And you've also got this, the Monument to the Discoverers. You sail past
that. You see that, yeah, as you're coming in.
Again, you can visit it via the tram. Right, then we're going through to Cadiz, an incredibly impressive harbour city, one of my favourite ports in the whole of Spain. Very much of a Moorish influence here. Beautiful gardens ring the walls that you can walk through. You really feel like you're in a film. And then inside, flower markets and trendy designer boutiques, great beaches as well. But from here you can head into the wonderful Gothic cathedral where Christopher Columbus's tomb lies, the 14th century Garauda, all of this that you can find in Seville. And Seville, of course, that orange blossom city, which is so worth exploring. And again, it's so atmospheric, whether it's by day, whether it's by night. And you can go to the famous Jewish quarter as well and see the Alcazar fortress. It's an exquisite city where tapas rules. Now, you go through to your final port of call, Gibraltar. Literally said, as Larry Lee says, a piece of Portsmouth sliced off and towed 500 miles south. I love that quote. It's great. It's got lots of kind of history there. You can walk around the fortifications of the old town, go and see all these little trendy little shopping areas where you buy your duty-free, go for an English pub lunch. But of course, the big thing to do is go up and see the Barbary apes. Yeah. Go right up to the top of the rock. You can do it by taxi, you can do that via the cable car, and you can head into the rock itself, where you get St Michael's Cave, known as Cathedral Cave as well because of its acoustics, and you can see all the siege works that were built in to protect this strategically very important part of the UK. It's still officially a part of the UK, even though it sits on the tip of Spain. It's an incredible place, and definitely stock up on your duty-free. They've even got a Marks and Spencer's, so if you've been missing home, go and get your Percy Pigs there. OK, relaxing day at sea before you go back to Barcelona.
Right, if you think of this could be for me. There are regional flights available from Heathrow, Manchester, Glasgow and Edinburgh. And again, if you think of somewhere else, then just call the number at the bottom of the screen, talk to the team. There's a free $100 onboard spend per stateroom as well. And this works out at less than £95 per person per night. Bear in mind, if you were thinking about a local hotel, you know, if you were thinking about going to London, you may well spend more than £95 per person per night. This includes your food. This includes your entertainment. It really is a brilliant opportunity, and it also includes your gratuities, which is really, really great as well. So, those of you that are ready to get that one, your item number is 80931. If you are still watching, and I really fancy a cruise, but why should I buy from Planet Cruise? Well, let's just go through that. Let's make that very, very clear for you. First of all, when you call, the team are experts. They have first-hand knowledge. They're going to be people like myself that worked on ships, people like Keith that have got years on ships and can really talk to you first-hand knowledge. Outstanding track record for customer service. And, of course, don't forget, as we've told you already on several of these cruise lines, they are the preferred agent. They've been voted their #1. They work with cruise lines and ships worldwide to bring you the best variety. They can tailor-make your cruise to suit your needs, and that's why I used the word bespoke a little earlier. So if you do need to fly from a certain airport, then that can be sorted out for you. If you want to stay a few days somewhere before or after, talk to the team. They could sort that out for you. Unbiased service, open 7 days a week for your convenience, and best prices guaranteed. And most importantly, your money is safe. Why? Because they're both ATOL and ABTA protected.
You know, we've got a 97% feedback rating online from our FIFO ratings, which is incredible.
That
so that just shows you how satisfied people are with the service they get.
Actually, I just thought, Keith, that the audience actually have got a chance to meet you and Sean live, haven't they?
Yeah, we do, yeah. We're celebrating our 400th show, and this is a chance coming up next month in June. All you need to do to be in with a chance to win, and this means coming to watch the show live, have lunch, have a look around the Ideal World studios. All you need to do is go online there to www.idealworld.tv/planet-cruise-holidays and complete the following. I love Planet Cruise TV because. Send that in. 6 winners will come along for a studio tour and lunch with me and Sean.
Now, we're going to change pace slightly here, and I'm going to tell you, for me, this is I'm not knocking any of the other cruises because they're amazing, you know, and I absolutely love the fjords and I love some of the lines that we've talked about already. But this next one, it's the spanner in the works. What do I mean by that? Well, we're going to talk about a river cruise, and you might be like, ooh, a river cruise in China. Listen to this. Consider this. This could be the cruise of a lifetime. The
Imperial Jewels of China is what it's called. It's with Viking River Cruises, of course, who are an iconic brand. If you could say the brand in the river cruising industry. Yeah. And this is going to give you a chance to go and see all the big things in China you're seeing there. Whether it's from Tiananmen Square through to the Terracotta Army, through to exploring the Great Wall of China. And you're going to do it in an all-inclusive cruise experience where literally everything is included in the price you're seeing on the screen. Everything. The tours, the drinks, the food, everything.
I mean, that's impressive stuff when you think about it. You go to China, you're going to want to see everything. You know, we hear about the Terracotta Army. You'll get the tour included to go and see that. Come on, let's take an opportunity to show you this itinerary.
So
because can we luxury? We'll take a little time on this one because there's so much to share.
Yeah, it's really incredible. Bearing in mind as well that this is a very highly awarded cruising company. So you're flying out to Shanghai, you get a 2-night stay, get it all included. It's one of East Asia's big hitters. It translates as a city on the sea, home to more than 23 million people. You'll see people practicing Tai Chi in the shadow of the Jade Buddha, and you can go and explore the 16th century Yungyang Garden. You're seeing the edge of it there, which is a mixture of shady paths leading past pools brimming with bright orange koi carp and these exquisite rockeries. I also recommend trying some dim sum, which are one of the local delicacies, these beautiful Chinese dumplings with lots of different fillings, and you'll see the locals queuing up for them early morning to get their hands on some. It's an incredible start. Okay, then included in this, you get to tour Old Shanghai and you get lunch in a local restaurant. And you get to see the Shanghai Acrobatic Troupe, famous for many hundreds of years. That's all included. Again, it's included in what you're getting, along with a hotel stay. Then you're transferring from the hotel to the airport. You're flying them through to Wuhan, and this is where you board Viking Emerald, this wonderful, wonderful riverboat that's built specifically for river cruising. It's beautiful. Now, basically, your great opportunity here is you'll visit an elementary school sponsored by Viking River Cruises, and you're greeted by and entertained by the children, and then you'll return to your ship for the next 150 miles. Before I go into more detail about that, let's talk about Vikings themselves. Viking last year voted Best River Cruise Line at the British Travel Awards for the 5th year in a row. We are talking about 5-star plus luxury. You've got the marble floors, the crystal chandeliers, everything included. A Chinese tailor travels on board with you to make you garments while you're there, which you can purchase if you want to. The crew goes so far out of their way. There's a concierge service on board. You know, you'll see the entertainment manager walking around, and basically they will leave personal notes at your door if you've requested something. They'll go and give you directions to, you know, maybe the oldest tea house if you're out in Vienna, if you're cruising through if you're cruising through Europe. They're very, very attentive. Built with big, wide open decks, giving you spectacular views, lots and lots of glass, so you can always see what's going on, what you're sailing past. The food on board reflects where you're sailing, so there'll be Western influences dishes by European chefs, but also you'll be reflecting China because you're sailing through China. And remember, these are the largest suites that you can enjoy in the Yangtze, which you're sailing down, and this is the most modern cruise ship to be sailing down that area, river cruise ship. So it's an incredible chance, and there's only 256 people on board, so it's really contained. It's not, you know, too big. You're going to make friends, and you're going to see something truly special.
Can you see why I got excited about this? It is a phenomenal opportunity. I should also add that this is an exclusive deal, to Planet Cruise, and your saving is £1,000 per person off that brochure price. £1,000.
There's even free Wi-Fi for you throughout
for the whole
ship.
trip.
You know, and sometimes on some ships that can cost a couple of $100s for a week. You know, so again, this is such savings here. Okay, so let's take you on. So we said that you're getting on board. Well, once you've done that, stay in Shanghai. You go to Wuhan. You get on board, then you visit a school, an elementary school sponsored by Viking River Cruises. You get greeted and entertained by the children. Then for the next 150 miles, you basically travel down the Yangtze through an area known as the Three Gorges, which is incredible. Then you get to the Three Gorges Dam. And you go through again some of the gorges, the longest of the three gorges, which is called Xiling. You disembark, you get lunch, and then you find out about the engineering that goes into this. Again, all these tours included in the price. And you find out about what this means for the Chinese people of the Yangtze, what this dam does. And then you go back through them, and you head through the 5 stages of a dam on the ship. It's incredible. Then you go through...
On the ship?
On the ship, yeah. Then you go through the lesser Three Gorges in China. You'll go through Witch's Gorge, which is known for its magnificent scenery, and then you board a smaller boat and you go through the lesser of the Three Gorges, and you see the hanging coffins of the bar people and the ancient plank road, which is literally hangs on the cliffside, and you spend an afternoon sailing through the Kwetang Gorge, which is the shortest and narrowest and the most spectacular of these gorges. Then you go through on day 8 to, and forgive my pronunciation here, Shiabosu in China. You see the temple there, which was built in 1650. You're getting a picture here, it's incredible. And again, you're just enjoying more of the spectacular, unique, bespoke scenery of the Yangtze River. Again, getting all your food, everything else included, all your drinks, everything included. Then you're going through to Chongqing, where you disembark, and you get to tour the city. And before
will we see any pandas? That's all that's going through my mind right
that's
now.
what's coming through next, yeah, because in Chongqing you get to then go to the zoo, and that's where you get to meet the giant panda.
I'm in.
I know,
exactly.
Exactly. Just for that alone. So you can go and see these amazing creatures and other exotic indigenous species that are indigenous purely to China. Then you get lunch in a local restaurant before you then fly out to Chiang. Again, all this included, all these flights included. Chiang, an amazing city, representing one of China's most beautiful, glorious cultural periods. And you get a chance again to relax at the hotel, have a couple of nights there, and here you get to visit loads of great things. The Terracotta Warriors, first of all. Okay, now this is incredible. An army of that's over 2,000 year old. 6,000 life-size soldiers. Each one of them is bespoke. Each one was approved by the emperor. The most damaged warrior when they were found in the 70s was in over 300 pieces. They've been beautifully restored. So you get get to see all that. Then you transfer from the hotel to fly to Chiang, from Chiang to Beijing. You get a 3-night stay in Beijing, and get this is when it gets even more incredible. You then get to explore the Great Wall of China and the Sacred Way. Okay, this wall that's over 400 miles long and once guarded by more than 1 million people. You get to walk that. You get to go and enjoy the Sacred Way. And then you get to go into the ancient palace. We saw a photo of it before there, the incredible palace, and go amongst all the beautiful, you know, tombs and temples that you get to there to enjoy. And you get a chance to go and enjoy Peking duck dinner as well, the region's famous duck.
When in Rome, there's the Romans, right? You've got to have Peking duck.
Absolutely incredible. So, yeah, the authentic Peking duck. You know, this isn't a local number 43. This is authentic in the place. And, you know, I've got to say that all of these things are the big things that you do in China. This is incredible. So you've done Cunard, then you've done the Forbidden City. You've talked about the Forbidden City, then Tiananmen Square as well. Can you imagine this square that was built to hold up to 1 million people?
Unbelievable.
It's incredible. It's known for its history, and it's just, you really get a sense of perspective there. So look at that. The Great Wall of China, Tiananmen Square, the Forbidden City, made up of nearly 1,000 buildings. In fact, it's the world's largest surviving palace complex.
Sacred Way, panda bears.
Panda bears. And then, if you want, you can also go and see an optional Peking opera. You know, if you want to, you know, arrange that, they'll arrange that for you, which is a form of traditional Chinese theatre. So there's extra things you can put in as well, like the Peking duck dinner, like the Peking theatre. But virtually everything else is all included in the deal.
Let's just take a moment to recap here. We're talking about 5 flights on this particular trip, all included. We already told you that you're taking a huge savings of £1,000 per person off that brochure price, but it includes, okay, an exclusive free £100 onboard spend per stateroom, free Wi-Fi throughout the ship, so you can always be online and get in touch with friends and family and Skype home and talk to them. Return flights from all over the UK. Now get this bit, this is absolutely correct, with no supplements for regional departures. No supplements. So if you're thinking, well, we're up in Manchester, fine, no extra cost. Oh, but we're in Scotland, no extra cost. Just call the guys, talk to them, and information I'm being told we're already busy on this. I am not surprised. 2 nights stay in a first-class hotel in Shanghai, 3 nights stay in a first-class hotel in Beijing, and as Keith has just told us, tours are included for the Great Wall of China, Tiananmen Square, the Forbidden City, Terracotta Warriors. You're going to get to see pandas. It is a phenomenal opportunity. Now, this is a balcony cabin we're talking. Write down the ID number on this, because I know you're going to want to call them or go to the website. ID is 99208. Get a pen, write this down, or a pencil if you need to, or lipstick if you have to, but get this ID number. In all the cruise shows that I've been doing, I've never ever bought one like this. This is outrageous value for money, and it is so extraordinary. 99208. Brilliant savings. Let's just show you those prices. You can already see sellouts. We've already got sellouts on this. It's available in July and August, and this could be a trip of a lifetime. I think it's one of those trips you go on and you just realise the world is so much bigger. It's so easy to get caught up in your own little life.
It is, Paul, and this is the kind of package that cruising is built for, because you're doing so much in the time that you're there, but you're doing it in 5-star luxury, and you're not having to do much work. You're being taken to these places overnight, so you're waking up in a different destination. It's what cruising's all about, and it's been tailor-made. It's been made just for you. And it's so easy to do because everything's handled. It's all for that price.
Call the number. Come on, get your hands on that before we have more sellouts.
I want to do that one.
Now, we're going to move on to our 5th trip. I know we took a little longer on that, but I think it's really, really worth it. We're now going to a great British line. This is P&O, and now we're about to prove why Keith has got the best job. He gets to go to these ships.
Launched by Her Majesty the Queen, P&O Cruises Oriana is a much-loved household name. This beautiful classic ship has been exclusive to adults since its multi-million-pound refit in 2011. And at just 69,000 tonnes, she has a warm intimacy that will sweep you off your feet in moments. Coffee lovers can indulge in Oriana's very own Costa coffee outlet, while those who like to drink with a view will adore the aptly named Crow's Nest. The iconic Anderson's Bar is where P&O's impeccable service is summed up in a warm and welcoming smile. But for me, it's all about this place, the Lord Tavern's Bar. Trust me, if you're a sports fan, you'll be bowled over. With numerous dining options, including Marmite for breakfast or bread and butter pudding for dessert, I'm already sold. It's high-quality, classic British cuisine, although at the Alfresco Cafe, it's infused with Mediterranean favourites such as pizza and pasta. To celebrate in style, you can book a table at Marco Pierre White's Ocean Grill or choose the stylish Sorrento's, where your fillet of beef is cooked right in front of you. With a range of activities taking place throughout the day, you really will struggle to fit everything in, from pub quizzes to sports tournaments, dance lessons, informative talks and interactive demonstrations. You'll be spoilt for choice. Thankfully, you don't need to remember when and where everything is going on, because you have this, the Horizon. It's your daily ship's newspaper, and it's delivered to your cabin every night for the next day. Sometimes, though, you may just want to sit back and do nothing at all. Bliss. I always say if you're spending too much time in your cabin, then you're not making the most of the cruise. But when you do actually decide to sleep, the surroundings on board Oriana will be very pleasing on the eye. With 8 different types of cabin to choose from, they're elegant, warm and welcoming, and offer something for all tastes and all budgets. Now, where's that room service menu? King of cheese. I'm the king of cheese.
You're going to laugh, right? But I've got to admit, they are beautiful looking cabins.
They are great, and it's a great ship. You know, it really is.
That's not the original Oriana, is it?
It's not the original, no. There's been a couple of ships named Oriana, yeah, and she's just been refitted. Well, 2011, she had a multi-million-pound refit.
Wow.
And they keep everything up to date anyway, so every couple of years they're constant. And you know, from being on board, you'll always see work going on to maintain these ships.
Yeah,
that's what's so unique about a cruise ship as opposed to a hotel, is the amount of care and time that's constantly put into keeping them beautiful.
One of the things you might like about this particular cruise is it's Southampton to Southampton, so you can take all the luggage you want.
Yeah.
A lot of people might enjoy dressing up for this cruise.
Yeah, absolutely. You get a chance on the formal night to put on your finery and go out there and do a bit of ballroom dancing. And first port of call is Guernsey, St Peter's Port. Beautiful coast, one of the prettiest harbours in the whole of Europe. Once the haunt of old salty sea dogs, it's now a chance for you to go and enjoy some amazing restaurants, of course, because it's a tax haven, so you've got quite a lot of money on this island. I love the fact you can do a bus tour right the way around the island. They only go in 2 directions, one clockwise, one anti-clockwise, and you can see all the different German fortifications, because this was the only place in the UK that was occupied by the Germans during World War II. So there's lots of German fortifications that you can explore. Right, relaxing day at sea before you go to a really unusual port. We haven't featured it on the show, Scrabster. That's what it's called.
Never been there.
It's in Caithness, in the northern tip of Scotland.
Wow.
It's your chance to go and visit John O'Groats. You may have heard of it, John O'Groats to Land's End. Yeah. Go and see it. Go and look out for the spectacular view. And go and see, as well, Dunnet Head, and see the views over on the Orkney Isles. It's incredible. And you can also go and see what they call the castles and gardens of May, which were venerated by the Queen Mother. Okay, Kirkwall's next. This is the Orkney Islands, and this is basically washed by the furthest reaches of the Gulf Stream. Over 70 islands with dramatic landscapes and sea cliffs rearing up 1,000 foot in the air, sweeping white sand beaches. It's a birdwatcher's paradise. You've got beautiful, beautiful fortifications deserted like this with loads of history, like the Earl's Palace. Yeah. You can go and see. You can also go and enjoy the Ring of Brogdar, which was they believe was used to study stars in the ancient days, and they're basically the 5,000-year-old village of Skara as well. Skara. Oh, that's my terrible accent. And you can go to the Highland Park Distillery. I know, I apologise to all Scots. Sorry there. My sister-in-law's from Edinburgh. She'll kill me for that. Incredible place. Kirkwall, the Orkney Islands, beautiful. Great for looking at birds. OK, then you're going through to Stornoway. Stornoway now, originally a Viking settlement. Today it's part of course, the Outer Hebrides on the island of Lewis. Great for your different islands you're seeing here, and it's famous for Harris Tweed. This is where it comes from. And you can also go to see some incredible prehistoric sites, such as the Neolithic Gallinish stones and the Pictish Cutaway Broch. Okay, then we're going through to Dublin. Again, bit of accent there, not too bad though, Paul. Dublin. Now, you've got an overnight in Dublin, in the land of the black stuff. You can go in from Dublin and see so much. You get some great imagery here because you can head out to Cork if you want to, and head to the other end of the road. But, of course, if you're in Cork, go and kiss the Blarney Stone.
Oh, yeah,
but in Dublin itself, you've got Trinity College with the Book of Kells. You've got the Guinness Storehouse, with the amazing brewery there. You've got the incredible Dublin Castle, and you've got a chance to go and see St Patrick's Cathedral, the patron saint saint of Ireland. It's the largest church in Ireland and one of the earliest Christian sites in Ireland, of course, where St Patrick originally baptised people. And again, you've got a whole host of beautiful countryside around Ireland to explore. I used to ride around Ireland many times on my motorbike, and it's a great, very picturesque place. Then, after your overnight there, back to Southampton. And that's an incredible itinerary.
It is it's a beautiful ship, it is a great itinerary. And again, if you do enjoy dressing up, if you like the more traditional style of cruising, you can wear your tuxedo, you know, dinner jacket, your old DJ, it's a great way to go. Free up to £190, come on, almost £200 on board spend per cabin, that depends on the cabin that you book. Free 120 minutes to 2 hours of Wi-Fi on board for free. And you can, if you want, add one night at the Meon Valley Marriott in Southampton. It's only £79 per person, but that will include your parking and your return port transfer, so you can get to and fro the ship. So it makes life nice and easy.
This is an adult-only ship as well. I should say that, Paul. This is an adult-only ship. So if you prefer to cruise,
away from the kids.
maybe you've had your kids, or you do a lot of babysitting for your grandkids. And
you can get away with a deposit only on this. So write down your ID number if that's the one for you, 97614. If you're thinking, can I afford that? It's under £94 per person per night. It's a really great deal. Now, if you're wondering how much fun it is to work here at Ideal World, you can actually find out. You can come and visit us.
Yeah, this is our 400th show we're celebrating soon in a couple of weeks' time. 6 winners and their guests will enjoy a studio tour, lunch with myself and Sean, and get to watch the show live. Now, to be in a chance of winning, you need to go to that web address there, www.idealworld.tv/planet-cruise-holidays, and complete the following. I love Planet Cruise TV because... Get it sent in. We'd love to see you. One of the nicest things about this job is meeting you, people that watch the show and that are fans of what we do.
Yeah. In fact, Keith was recently on a cruise. He got loads and loads of pictures with passengers, put them all on the tweet and everything. It's brilliant. Just really, really good to see so many of you enjoying the cruises. Now, this next cruise line is my sister worked on cruise ships for many years as well. It's her favourite cruise line. It's Celebrity Cruises, and it's one of my favourite destinations. We're going to be taking you out to Singapore. Don't forget, at the very start of the show, we had that red hot deal, that last minute call from Ruth, who was from Celebrity Cruises. I've been told that that has already proved very, very popular. If you did want to get your... In fact, we'll remind you about that one at the end of the show. But there's a very popular Celebrity Cruises trip coming up. Come on, let's get out to Singapore.
And as you can see there, you saw the little float down icon there. We are the #1 seller again in the UK for Celebrity Cruises, again awarded by Celebrity Tours. So great place for you to come and buy your Celebrity Cruises from. This is an incredible itinerary that we've featured a couple of times before, Sean. It sells so well that we want to get it on before we lose the price code on this, because it's such a good entry price point. Okay, you basically got 2 nights stay in Singapore to start with. This major metropolis of high-rise buildings, Chinese shop houses with these red-tiled roofs, sturdy Victorian buildings, Buddhist temples, Arab bazaars, you name it, it's incredible. But you're going to explore everything from Celebrity Cruises, and Celebrity Cruises themselves are 5-star luxury. You can go and enjoy the gelateria on board, you can go and have a great coffee in Cafe El Baccio. It's 5-star cruising, it's modern luxury. The ships are so stylish. I just spent a week on board Celebrity Eclipse cruising around the fjords, and I absolutely loved it. And I worked on ships for 12 years, and you know what? I was surprised at times by the attention to detail, by the fact that when I was in the dining room and I wanted custard rather than ice cream, even though it wasn't on the menu, they went and made it fresh for me, even though they're dealing with so many other people. You've got the eye lounge on board where you can get great tax-free bargains if you want iPads and stuff. You can relax in a hot tub. You can see great entertainment with aerial shows. It's stunning. There is so much going on, and the crew can't do enough to help you. It's 5-star luxury.
I think that's why so many people go back to cruising time and time again, because they know they just don't get that level of attention at a hotel. That's the beauty of it. So Singapore, great place to fly. I love Orchard Road.
It's incredible. Orchard Road, great place to go shopping for your, your Vuitton and your Gucci. And I talked a little bit about it earlier. You've got also a night safari here with over 900 nocturnal animals. Or this, the During Bird Park. It's the world's largest walk-in bird aviary. You'll be surrounded by these beautiful feathered beauties as they fly around you. I know we all like a bit of that. And then, of course, you can go through to the Orchid Garden. You can sit above the whole of Singapore in the Marina Bay Sands Hotel, and you can look out across the whole of this incredible city.
Oh, is that one that looks like a ship on the
street?
street?
It's coming up next, I think.
There it is.
So 3 months to rise up and place on there. And, of course, you can go on a Singapore Flyer, their version of a London Eye, or head to Raffles Hotel, get a Singapore Sling where it was invented in Malongbar. It's an incredible city, great for shopping, great for sightseeing, but the big thing for me, that night safari at the zoo. Right, okay, so day at leisure before you get on board the ship. You've got 15 nights cruising, you've got another day in Singapore, even after your hotel stay, all of this included. A couple of relaxing days at sea before we go over to Thailand. Lam Shabang is the port. But you're going to head into Bangkok. This is the hottest capital city in the world. Wow. It's an incredible chance to go through to the floating markets and have some of that beautiful produce, to go diving in some of the pristine waters of the Gulf of Thailand, to head into magical Bangkok where you can take a ride in a tuk-tuk, try some of that beautiful Thai cuisine with coconut milk and lemongrass, go and see some of these incredible temples that pepper the city. You know, you can see the traveller scene walking down Khao Sang Road in the footsteps of the beach, maybe see the more exotic side of life at Soy Cowboy, and definitely try Thai massage, which leaves you so invigorated. It's an incredible city. Then we're going for a relaxing day at sea, then to Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh City, the former Saigon, where motorbikes rule. So much to see and do here, including exploring the Ben Thanh Street Market, paddling down the famous Mekong River in a canoe, or exploring the famous Chi Chi River network, built by the Viet Cong in the infamous war there, but now a monument, in a sense, to a great piece of engineering. Then we've got a relaxing day at sea before you then go further down the coast of Vietnam to Hue. The port is Da Nang. The port gives you a chance basically to visit two magical cities, Da Nang and Hue, major Vietnam cultural attractions, or Vietnamese cultural attractions. In between, you've got superb white sand beaches. Again, you can explore the Mekong Delta for unforgettable photographic images of fruit orchards, of French colonial buildings and ancient homes, and again, floating markets. And you can visit the ancient Marble Mountains as well, which is stunning. Then a day at sea before you go through to Halong Bay, or Halong Bay. Literally translated, it means the dragon descending into the bay. You've got an overnight here in Halong Bay, and this is incredible. 2,000 limestone islands thrusting out of these emerald waters. It's probably the most spectacular sailing for me, except for Istanbul. This in Istanbul, incredible. You can sail around these limestone kiosks into these caves, and it's just literally, it will leave you lost for words, Paul. It really is amazing. Then a relaxing day at sea is still not over, because you've had your overnight there. 4 sets of overnights on this cruise. That's what's so unique about this particular itinerary, before you get an overnight in Hong Kong. Hong Kong, literally translated, means fragrant harbour. Incredible opportunity for you to explore this shopper's paradise, I like to say, and you can also eat out for 12 years, 3 times a day, and not eat at the same place twice. There's that many restaurants in Hong Kong. Trust me, I've tried half of them. And you can basically, here, you can head up to the top and look over the whole of Kowloon and the harbour. You can also enjoy the Hong Kong light show, 8 p.m. every night. There's loads of buildings that get involved, and you can watch it all for free at 8 p.m. every night. Don't miss that, because it's absolutely stunning. And if you get a chance, go up to the top of Victoria Harbour and look down on everything panoramically.
Bear in mind, that price in the bottom left-hand corner, £1,649, is for 18 nights. You've got overnights in Singapore, Bangkok, Hong Kong. If you're going on the December 3rd trip, for £3 per person per night, you can actually upgrade from an inside to an ocean view, or from an inside to a balcony. So talk to the team, call the number, write that number down, because this is our last cruise. We'll try and recap, but there's so much we've shared with you. Write the phone number down and just call the guys, 0800 781 5458. That particular trip, again, you can see the dates, November, December, February of next year. You can get it for a deposit only. Gratuities are included. Again, if you want regional flights, just talk to the team. Overnight, come on, £83 per person per night. Overnight in Singapore, Bangkok, Hong Kong. It is an amazing opportunity. This deposit only. Just a brilliant, brilliant opportunity for you. We're talking concierge class there. And again, don't forget, if you think, well, why should I buy from Planet Cruise? They're a top agent for celebrity cruises. Here's just a sample of what's included in the concierge class. Priority check-in, personalised concierge service, welcome gift, some sparkling wine and fresh fruit, exclusive celebrity tote bag. You've got your main and specialty seat time preferences, daily delivery of afternoon canopies. You can be in your room and some snacks turn up. Custom blended shower gel and complimentary shoe shine service.
It's really worth doing, Paul. It really is. I spoke to loads of people on board that were travelling concierge class. It's a little bit more up front, but what you get included makes it very good value for money.
Yeah, come on, you're on a trip of a lifetime. Why wouldn't you want to go first class, what feels first class? Come on, let's take an opportunity right now to recap, because we've been through so much. We started off with Princess Cruises. We're on the Caribbean Princess. Now, this has been a previous bestseller. You know it's very, very popular, and it should be. Come on, 7 nights around the fjords. If you've never been to the fjords, you've got to go. It's one of all the places I've travelled all the world, and I did 18 years actually, 18 years at sea. That's one of my favourite trips. £599 per person. Dates available in July and August. Up to $200 of free onboard spend, and it's a newly reduced price. It went down to $749. It's now gone down to $599. That's £420 per person saving on it. Do not miss out on that opportunity. Then we went on to Thompson Cruises, that great British trip. And this is on board the Celebration. Return flights from London Gatwick, Birmingham, and again you can talk to the team for other regional flights. Great price. That trip is for 14 nights around the Caribbean. 14 nights. And it's not 7 days in a hotel, 7 days on the ship. It is 14 nights of cruising different ports of call. And actually bear in mind, for just £10 per person per night, you can actually make that an all-inclusive trip. That will include your booze as well, so it's well worth the money. But it will also include tips and service charges anyway, so it's a really, really good deal. Don't forget, the 14th of February is Valentine's Day, so if you are celebrating, let's say, a big anniversary, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, or even more, then that could be a perfect time to be going on that trip. Then we went to Royal Caribbean. This is the Explorer of the Seas, a gorgeous, gorgeous ship. Changed the world of cruising for many people. Free $100 on board spend per stateroom. Over 55s, great news for you because there is a special price, so give the guys a call and ask them what they can do for you. £589 per person, that includes gratuities. Return flights available for you from Gatwick and more. Let's move on to the next one because there's so much to share with you. So many. Now this was the one that we got all excited about. This was going down the Yangtze River. Don't miss out on that. That £2,000, $189, includes all your trips on land and on the ship. You've got your Wi-Fi included as well. You've got an exclusive free £100 on board spend. Airport parking is also included on that, and of course you've got the 2 nights stay in first class hotels in Shanghai, 3 nights stay in the first class hotel in Beijing. You've got the balcony cabin. It's such a brilliant opportunity. Tours included, by the way. Not only will you get to see the pandas because there's the zoo trip, but you've got the Great Wall of China, the Tiananmen Square, the Forbidden City, the Terracotta Warriors. Huge savings. That's £1,000 per person off that brochure price. Write down the ID number on that, 99208. Then we went on to Oriana. Now what a brilliant trip this is. Free up to £190 on board spend. That's 200 quid each. Come on, that's brilliant. We've got free 120 minutes of Wi-Fi on board, so 2 hours of free Wi-Fi for you, and that works out less than £94 per person per night, and that's deposit only. And then finally, sorry I'm rushing through these, but we're running out of time. Planet Cruise for you celebrity cruises, and it's the Millennium. Gratuities included in that price of $1,649, and that's 18 nights. And of course, you're going out to Singapore. You saw the actual trip itself. Brilliant opportunity. Now there is a Planet Cruise show coming up out of Southampton. That's on Sunday the 28th of June. Free entry. You meet over 30 cruise lines direct. You can take care of that on planetcruise.co.uk. Let's take the opportunity to thank Keith.
Yep.
Anything else you want to take care of before we
No, just to say that it's free to register if you want to come and see us on the 28th, so please do. And remember that celebrity deal that Ruth rang in.
At the very start of the show,
Get on the phone.
If you're not missed out on that, call the number, have a chat with the guys. They're there waiting for your call now.